We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
More Twitter revelations. China's economy rebounds. The Pentagon says Biden's climate agenda is a national security risk, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. The Department of Defense recently warned that the Biden administration's lofty offshore wind development goals could significantly impede naval military operations. The conflict, which pits President Biden's aggressive climate agenda against national security interests, was highlighted in a report assembled by the U.S. Navy and Air Force. The documents were reportedly circulated with energy industry and state officials earlier this month and include maps highlighting sensitive military zones off the mid-Atlantic coast. The initial assessment performed by DoD found complicated compatibility challenges with wind turbines near Navy and Air Force training, said Pentagon spokesperson Kelly Flynn. The DoD continues to work with the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, industry, and other stakeholders to identify the best locations for development. A New York City mother is striking back at Democrats who likened her statements and testimony before the House Judiciary Committee as, quote, props in a MAGA Broadway production, unquote. Step 1 foot in the hood and tell me that those people there in that hood are props as well, you know? Madeleine Brame said, referencing a rebuke given to Republicans by Representative Hank Johnson, the Democrat from Georgia, during Monday's House Judiciary Committee field hearing on local crime in New York. He is a rich black man just telling poor black men that they're props and that the crime and the things that they're experiencing, it's not as bad as they think they are, Brame continued. Not just him, not just him. All the elected officials, you know, all of them, especially the ones that are running New York, all right? During Monday's hearing, Johnson compared his Republican counterparts to jackbooted thugs and blasted them for playing politics, despite numerous crime victims testifying about the disastrous effects of the soft-on-crime policies of the Manhattan District Attorney. Swimmer Riley Gaines slammed the Biden administration as former NCAA swimmer Leah Thomas backed the bill to amend Title IX to bar states from banning transgender students from competing against the same gender they identify as. Thomas, who created a firestorm in women's swimming when he won an Ivy League and NCAA championship competing against biological women, expressed his support for the Title IX changes in a video tweeted by Gaines. The former standout swimmer from Kentucky has been at the forefront of the fight to keep women's sports equal as the debate rages over whether transgender females should be allowed to compete against biological women. Gaines was attacked at a recent appearance on the campus of San Francisco State University. Elon Musk revealed that the United States, along with foreign government agencies, was granted full access to direct messages of private citizens on Twitter prior to his takeover. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO accused his predecessors at Twitter of allowing U.S. and foreign intelligence agencies to read users' direct messages on the platform, calling it the most absurd discoveries he made since purchasing the company for $44 billion. The degree to which government agencies effectively had full access to everything that was going on Twitter blew my mind, Musk said. I was not aware of that. Musk stated he is moving to create a feature that would give users the option to encrypt direct messages with the hopes of limiting government interference. Musk said he hopes to unveil the new edition later this month. A Moscow court on Monday sentenced Kremlin critic Vladimir Kara-Murza to 25 years in a penal colony on treason charges stemming from his condemnation of President Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine. Kara-Murza's mother, Yelena Gordon, told Soda, a Russian news outlet, that the hearing left her feeling like she woke up in a Kafka novel. Kara-Murza, a contributor to the Washington Post's opinion section, gave speeches in the United States and Europe criticizing the Ukraine invasion. Several years ago, he survived what he said were 2 attempts by Russian agents to poison him. On Tuesday, Putin made a rare visit to the war zone to rally his troops ahead of an expected Ukrainian counteroffensive. Federal officials on Monday announced the arrests of 2 men, Lu Zhengwang, 61, and Chen Jinping, 59, on charges of conspiring to help China run a secret police outpost in Manhattan's Chinatown. The men are accused of acting as Chinese agents and intimidating Chinese dissidents living in the United States. In 2 related cases, federal authorities accused 34 Chinese police officers with harassing Chinese nationals in the New York City area. Officials also charged 8 officials from the People's Republic of China for allegedly telling a technology employee to remove dissidents from the platform, according to the New York Times. Today's charges are a crystal clear response to China that we are onto you, said Breon Peace, the U.S. attorney in Brooklyn. SpaceX on Monday delayed a key test launch of its next-generation Starship rocket for at least 2 days. Engineers were unable to fix a pressurization issue in the final launch preparations, leading to the call to postpone the launch just 10 minutes before it was supposed to lift off. The massive Starship rocket is the one that Elon Musk's space company plans to use to send astronauts to the moon and at some point to Mars. SpaceX had hoped to start this uncrewed mission from a SpaceX facility in Boca Chica, Texas. Musk sought to temper expectations the day before the scheduled launch, saying his primary goal on this test was just don't blow up the launch pad. China's National Bureau of Statistics reported Tuesday that the Chinese economy expanded 4.5% in the first quarter compared to the same period in 2022, as the world's second biggest economy bounced back after lifting its strict zero-COVID lockdowns. Economists surveyed by the Wall Street Journal had expected just 4% growth. China's economy grew by 2.2% compared to the previous quarter, when a surge of COVID infections that hit after the restrictions were lifted in December dented activity in the end of the year. The growth came as China's consumers resumed shopping, eating in restaurants, and traveling after Beijing abruptly ended the tight restrictions, which had been aimed at preventing coronavirus infections. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.